Is he on the list? Darling, I am the list. Is he on the list?
Darling, I am the list.
Is he on the list?
Darling, I am the list.
I walked in, Lizzie, with a light on my face. No one had to ask me how I found the place. All the pretty people turned a little slow, like the room already knew what I already know.
He walked in,
and the room said yes.
he walked in.
Looking dangerous.
Do we know him?
We do now.
Precisely.
Precisely. Velvet in the lighting, gold along the stairs.
Welcome to Travel Marketeering Live, guys. I'm Joshua Harrell. Good to have you here live today. Good to have you if you're catching the replay, and a special hello to everyone listening on the podcast. On podcast platforms, the show is called Travel Marketeering with Joshua Harrell. So search that title on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, wherever you listen, and you'll find us, or you'll find me. As I said earlier, my name is Joshua Harrell, Chief Revenue Officer over at World Via Travel Network. And through the work I get to do with World Via Travel Network and beyond, I represent over 90,000 travel advisors and agency owners across the globe. And I've spent my career in sales, marketing, and service delivery for consumer and business-to-business brands. I'm a serial entrepreneur who has launched and grown more than a few businesses from scratch. So I bring that perspective every time we're together. I also fancy myself a singer. So if a metaphor turns into a key change somewhere in the next hour, I warned you. Now let's get into today's episode. Here's the truth today. You did the hard part. You set up the lead magnet. People are downloading your worksheet, signing up for your list, and raising their hand to say they're interested in travel. And then nothing happens. No reply from you, no sequence, no conversation. You've got trip-ready signals, and you're not turning them into conversations. And it's not because you don't care. It's because no one handed you the 5 emails you're supposed to send. That changes today. By the end of this hour, you're going to have a 5-email nurture sequence. Subject lines, body, structure, call to action, timing that you can customize and start sending the same day. Sound good?
Yeah, girl.
Fans of the show might remember that we used to have Yeah Girl, British Yeah Girl.
Yeah, girl.
She's back. All right. Before we dive in, 3 quick things. First, join the Travel Marketeers private Facebook group. There we go. Search Travel Marketeers on Facebook and request to join, or go directly to facebook.com/groups/Travel Marketeers. The worksheet that goes with today's show, the 5-email nurture sequence builder, is pinned at the top of the group. So download it now and fill it in live with me. Second thing I'm going to ask you to do is subscribe to the World Via Travel Network YouTube channel and turn on those notifications so you never miss a live stream. And third, follow at that was I'm practicing different languages. I don't know what one that is, but anyway, follow at Travel Marketeering and at Joshua Harrell on Instagram and TikTok. Both handles there. Yeah. Okay. All right. So last episode, we built something real. Okay. And if you missed it, you can go check it out on YouTube. You can, or on your your podcast platform. You can go check it out. But we walked step by step through creating your first lead magnet, a simple downloadable resource that creates what I call trip ready signals. These are the moments when a potential client raises their hand and says, in effect, I'm I'm thinking about travel and I trust you just a wee bit. All right. Today we pick up where that left off, because a signal with no follow-up is just a missed opportunity. What we are building today is building the bridge to signal, or from signal to conversation. Okay. If you are new here, travel marketeers drop TM in the chat as a greeting, a little agreement, a celebration. Basically, it's the amen of this community. So go ahead and drop a TM in the chat right now so I can see who's in the room live. While you're typing your TM, I want to ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I have a polished follow-up sequence running like clockwork, and 1 being I collected emails and then went completely silent, where are you right now? So drop your number in the chat with those TMs. While those numbers come in, let me say this. If you typed, or you're typing a 1, a 2, or a 3, you are in excellent company. Most travel advisors in year 1 through 3 have some version of a list. They do not have a sequence. And here is the thing that nobody tells you. The sequence is where the conversation or the conversion lives, I should say. That it lives in that sequence. So you need that. Your lead magnet gets the signal. Your email sequence turns the signal into a real conversation. Without the sequence, the lead magnet is just a nice piece of content that lives in someone's downloads folder. So today we're fixing that. Okay. So let me pop over to the chat. I got to switch some screens around here and make sure I can do that properly. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat with all you travel marketeers. All right, Cody, morning from North Dakota. Good to see you, Cody. Jay Powell said, new tunes today. I'm digging it. Well, that's also my new song. So there you go. I thought, hey, did I have the control to change the music? I did. So there you go. That's The Velvet Hour by Joshua Harrell. All right. Amanda, hello from Saratoga Springs, New York. Good to see you. Jay Powell saying hello from Coshocton, Ohio. It kind of reminds me of Conshohocken in Pennsylvania. I think I pronounced that right. Love luggage lessons. Hey, back at you. My teammate Erica Worldvia, she's here. TM, happy Saturday, friends. And I know she means that. Vicky, yeah, she's back. I know who you're talking about, Vicky.
Yeah, girl.
It's British girl. Yeah, girl. Let's see. Serena, good morning. TM from Arizona just signed up with Worldvia 3 days ago.
Yeah, girl.
And do we do fireworks too? There we go. We got fireworks too for you. Good to so glad to be a part of this community. Welcome, 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 Serena. Let's see here. We've got it's Sarah. Sarah TM from North Carolina. She said it's Sarah from Carolina Blog and Travel. Way to go there. Let's see here. What's going on? Amanda giving us a TM. Vicky giving us a TM. All right, so Amanda is giving us a 1 for how she's scoring herself right now. Cody, a 2. J Pal saying emails only. Emails only. It's okay. Tammy, TM. Erica, I like your comment. She said, "Ouch, that downloads folder is a little close to home, isn't it?" Yes, I have multiple computers that kind of share the information back and forth. So there's just downloads on downloads from multiple machines. It's a hot mess express. Anyway, yes, Vicky, that song was me. I do fancy myself a singer, and that does mean that while I'm traveling, I just write songs. So there we go. And Laura from World Via has joined. Laura De Vega 436. Ooh. Is it a fake profile? I don't know. What do those numbers mean, Laura? Anyway, if you don't know Laura, Laura is our director of agency development and service delivery and the host of Elevate. She is or Elevate Your Travel Agency, also on our YouTube channel. So you definitely need to check her out. So good to see you, Laura. All right. So if you typed a number lower than 5, you are exactly who this show was made for today. So let's build this together, okay? Now, let's talk about what happens when someone downloads your lead magnet, okay? So think about a traveler who is dreaming about a Mediterranean Greek Isles cruise. She searches for information, finds your lead magnet, how to plan the perfect island hopping trip, downloads it, reads it, loves it, and then what? She waits. She assumes if you have more to say, you'll show up in her inbox. And if you don't show up, you've been replaced by the next advisor who did. Thank you, next. That is not a failure of your lead magnet. That is a failure of your follow-up. So here's what I want you to internalize about follow-up. First, the person who downloaded your resource is warm right now. Whew, I'm so warm right now. That warmth has a half-life. If you don't reach out in 24 to 48 hours, the warmth fades. If you wait a week, you're a stranger again. Second, most advisors assume they're being pushy by following up more than once. The opposite is true. Silence is confusing. A person who raised their hand and got nothing back doesn't think you're respecting their space. They think you forgot about them. Or worse, that you're not actually running a real business. Third, email is not social media. On social, you're competing with every post in someone's feed. In their inbox, you have their undivided attention for approximately, let's say, 20 seconds. That's enough time to start a conversation. Okay. Pro tip, use a simple email tool that lets you build a sequence once you have it. Or when what you build the sequence once, and then once you have it, it fires automatically when someone downloads your lead magnet. So at Worldvia, we have Email Plus for free for our members. There's paid tools like HubSpot, MailChimp, Flowdesk, Active Campaigns. Any of them will do this. The goal is that the moment someone downloads the first email or downloads the lead magnet, right? That first email goes out within an hour. You set it up once, it runs every time. That is the difference between a lead magnet and a lead generation system. So that is the why. All right. Now let's build the what. Okay. So there are 5 emails in a foundational nurture sequence. Each one has a job. Let me walk you through all 5, and I want you to open your worksheet right now if you haven't already, because we are going to fill in each section together. Again, the worksheet is in our private Facebook group, facebook.com. Oops, I guess I could put it up on the screen. Facebook.com/groups/travel marketeers. Free to join, of course, but you can get all the downloads for any of the travel marketeering sessions right there. Okay. All right. So if you don't have it right now and you're driving in the car, that's okay too. No worries. You can come back to it. We're going to talk through it, but you do have a worksheet. So let's do this together. All right. Email number 1, the welcome and delivery email. This goes out within 1 hour of the download. I mean, in most systems, it can happen instantaneously. Its only job is to deliver the resource and introduce yourself in 30 seconds or less. Okay. So here's the subject hook, something like your, and then insert that lead magnet name is right here. That I love that subject line, because it's not just the title of the lead magnet, right? It's saying in this email, it's right here. Okay. The body is 3 to 5 sentences. Thank you for downloading. Here's your resource. I'm Joshua, a travel advisor who specializes in, and then insert your niche. I'd love to help you plan that type of trip that you do. I'll be in touch with a few more ideas over the next week. Okay. That's it. There's no pitch. There's no big ask. It's just delivery, a 30-second intro, and a promise of more. I like a promise of more. Don't we all like a promise of more?
Yeah, girl.
All right. She's not going to get annoying, is she? No, not at all. All right. So email number 2 is the value email. Okay. This goes out 2 to 3 days after email 1. Its job is to extend the value of the lead magnet with one tip they didn't get in the download. Okay. Think of it as a bonus. Okay. If your lead magnet was about planning a river cruise in Europe, maybe this email is the one thing most river cruise guests wish they'd packed. Or if your lead magnet was about a milestone anniversary trip, maybe this is 3 questions to ask your advisor before you lock in the dates, right? You're not asking for anything. You're just proving you know your stuff. Okay. Email number 3, the story email. This goes out 4 to 5 days after email 1. Okay, so we're keeping this kind of a tight timeline here. Its job is to build trust by telling a real story. One client, one trip, one outcome. Keep it under 150 words. So here's an example. One of my clients came to me last spring dreaming about Iceland, specifically the Ring Road, the waterfalls, the Northern Lights in April. She had done a lot of research, but the logistics felt overwhelming. We planned the whole itinerary together in about 2 weeks. 12 days, 6 locations, no stress. She's already planning to go back. Okay? Short, personal, real. That's the story email. Email number 4, the social proof or the frequently asked questions email. Okay. This goes out, let's say 6 to 7 days after email 1. Okay. So all of this, you see, tight timeline, right? You're staying present. Love it. So the 4th email, then, its job is to address the objection that's sitting in their mind. The most common objection advisors face is, can't I just book this myself online? So address it. I get asked this a lot. Here's the difference working with a travel advisor makes, especially on complex trips like multi-generational family reunion or an expedition cruise. Then give 3 crisp bullets, not a sales pitch, just clear thinking. Okay. Email number 5, that's the soft invitation. Whew, I love a soft invitation. This goes out 8 to 10 days after email 1. Its job is to extend an offer to start a conversation, not to close a sale, not to book now, just to have a conversation. Something like, if you're starting to think about, type of trip, I'd love to spend 20 minutes helping you figure out what makes the most sense for you. No pressure, no commitment, just a conversation. And then, a link to your calendar or a simple reply button. That's your 5 email sequence, okay? So you've got delivery, value, story, social proof, and then a soft invitation. Written once, running automatically. Turning signals into conversations every week. I mean, think about that. Just they're running automatically. So by the time they get to the conversation, right, you've got people dropping down at different times throughout the week. Anyway, I digress there. So pro tip, okay, you do not need to write all 5 emails perfectly before you launch, okay? Write emails 1 and 5 first. Deploy them, okay? The sequence working imperfectly is infinitely better than the perfect sequence that never gets sent. You can improve emails 2, 3, and 4 while 1 and 5 are already doing the work. How's that? Right? That right there is the shortcut most people want to get to, right? They want how do I get there faster? But if I say, oh, you need to have these 5 emails, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, when am I going to get that done? So I've just given you a shortcut. I don't often do that. Okay. So let's talk about how to make these emails sound like you. Okay. The templates in your worksheet are a framework. Okay. They're a structure. They're not a script that you copy word for word. Okay. So here is the customization principle. Okay. 1, swap the travel example for a trip type you actually sell. If your niche is luxury, all-inclusive Caribbean vacations, then your story email is not about Iceland, all right? It's about a couple celebrating an anniversary at Sandals or Secrets, or a group celebrating a big birthday in an all-inclusive in Mexico, okay? 2, match the tone of your brand. If you're warm and personal, let that come through. Please let that come through. If you're more concise and polished, tighten the copy, okay? The structure holds, but the voice is 100% yours. And 3, your subject hooks should tease, not tell, okay? So don't write, here are 3 reasons to hire a travel advisor, okay? Write, the thing I wish every traveler knew before booking themselves. The goal is to earn the open, right? That right there is the key to email, right? The goal, earn the open. All right. The 4th is every email has, and this, Erica and Laura on my team, we've been talking a lot about this lately, but let me tell you, we've all, this is not our first rodeo, and can I tell you how many times we make this mistake? So don't be like me, all right? I'm telling you this right now. It's going to serve you well in the future. Okay, so that 4th customization or guidance around creating these emails is every email has 1 call to action. All right, 1, not 2, not 3. 1 clear, low pressure next step. Okay, reply to this email. Click here to schedule a call. Download this bonus resource. Pick 1 per email and let it breathe. I was going to do a Tony Braxton breathe again, but I don't know that I know the words there. So anyway, let's do a quick check-in. All right. Which of the 5 emails feels like the one you could write today, right after the show ends, right after you get done with watching or listening to the show? Drop the number in the show, or not in the show, in the chat. My brain all over the place. So email 1 is it email 1 the delivery and intro? Is it email 2 the value tip? Email 3, is it the story? Email 4, the frequently asked questions and objection? Is it email 5, the soft invitation? I bet some of you have some aggressive invitations, and you're not intentional with it. But let's be honest. There's some book now. Let's get started right away. hurry, but while supplies last. No, I don't think any of you would do that. Anyway, so while you're answering, let me tell you the one I hear most often in this community and beyond. Okay. It comes down to story. Email 3, the story email, is the one that feels hardest to write and the one that gets the best response. Because real stories from real advisors doing real work are the thing that separates you from every booking engine and every generic travel site. Okay. Nobody on Expedia can tell you about the couple from their email list who came to them wanting a 10-day trip to Japan for their 25th anniversary, who had never used a travel advisor before, who sent a voice memo at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday saying, "We didn't know what we didn't know, and you made it perfect." That story, guys, that story is yours. No one else can tell it. That's what email 3 is for. All right, I'm going to pop over to the chat. Let's see here what's going on. I can hear you in my ear. It goes ding, ding every time you guys are chatting here. So let's see here. Up. You know what, Ray? I'm sorry. So if you guys see Love Luggage Lessons, that is Ray from Fort Worth. And sorry, I didn't recognize your handle there. Ray, I'm loving what you're doing on TikTok. Keep it going. Let's see here. And Laura, our Laura, she said she literally doesn't know where those numbers on her handle came from. That's fantastic. I love that for you. Oh my goodness, another team member, World Via Chris. Oh, thank you for joining, Chris. Guys, travel marketeers out there, just know that the World Via team is not required to be here at all. Okay, that's them participating in our community, and they're also the ones that you can find in our private Facebook group. So again, please join because you get to collaborate with some really freaking cool individuals, fellow travel marketeers, right? And fellow travelers, right? All right, Amanda said it's email 1 for her. All right, I wish I had like a little scorecard I could keep up. So Amanda said email 1. J Pal said email 1. So the delivery email is the one that we need to get in there. So that makes me think, do you have the lead magnet? And if you have the lead magnet, but you don't have the delivery email, then which would, here's the link to download is here for you to get it. I'm going to assume, let's just go with me here, even if this isn't necessarily the case. But I'm going to assume that you've got the lead magnet. So on your website, you've got a pop-up that says, hey, give me your email address, and I'm going to give you this amazing guide. Okay. So you probably have the delivery happening on the site. So when they submit their email address, then all of a sudden they can click, there's a button, and then they can click to download, which is fantastic. Don't do away with that. Okay. But sometimes, I don't know if you've done this, you're on the website on your phone, and then you see the pop-up and you're like, yes, I want that guide. If you go to worldviatravelnetwork.com right now, there's a wonderful ebook around building your travel agency brand. Just saying, it pops up, fill out the information, right? So if you're delivering it that way, so in line, so once they submit it, then they get the link. You want that opportunity, especially when somebody's on their phone, because let's face it, maybe I'm just a complete moron here, but I don't know where my files save when I save something when it says, "Do you want to download?" on my phone, and I'm like, "Yes," I don't know where it goes. Now, I could be a complete moron. Do not point it out. Do not send me links to the instructions. I'm just telling you the truth. Like I'm pretty savvy with some technology, and I still that completely makes me want to abort my mission when it's asking me to download it to my phone. So having that email that then also delivers a link for me to download, whew, you got me, you saved me from myself. You absolutely saved me from myself. So if email one is what you feel like you can tackle, get it done because it does make a difference in people actually getting that piece of content. So wow. I didn't mean to reveal that I struggle anytime I need to download something on my phone. I sometimes, honesty is not the best policy. I'm just saying, maybe not. All right, so Vicky is saying email 5 is the one that she can tackle today. And I love that for you, Vicky. I'm gonna give you
Yeah, girl.
yeah, I love that for you because that soft that soft invitation, I think is it's so simple, but yet it's so effective. I mean, it's the one thing I think I hear over and over again is the kind of like a game of double dutch. Like, I don't know when to jump in. I don't know when to start engaging with my leads who aren't very specific about what they want, right? So they're like, an advisor's like, I don't know, like, do I flat out ask them? And sometimes it'll come off abrupt, but that soft invitation to a conversation, ooh, like, seduce me now. All right, I went a little too far. I know I went a little too far. Don't seduce me, Vicky. All right. So Cody said, email one. Gonna get it done. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Serena, email one. All right. So you guys are gonna tackle that email one. If you're gonna tackle the email one, okay, then I think you can very easily tackle email 5. Just get something out there that invites somebody to that conversation, and think about the timetable I gave you, right? You don't have to deliver email 1 and then 3 days later send email 5. Space it out, right? Don't space it out too much because they haven't, you do need them to hear from you. The timetable, the frequency I gave you, the cadence I gave you, I let's just be real, guys. Don't fight with me on this. I just do it, and then once you do it, if you find a better way, then do that. But people will fight with me on, well, I feel like I should really send it on day 24. Don't do that. Not get the 5, get the timeline I gave you, and see how that works for you. All that kicking the ideas around, it's just creative procrastination. So just do what I tell you to do. I don't like that that's how aggressive I am about this, but believe me, I have admitted to you that me and my team are on a crusade to get to 1 CTA per email that we send out. It's hard. We've got all these stories we want to tell. We want off ramps all over the place. We don't realize that we're confusing people, right? Let each email do what it needs to do. And if it's not doing what it needs to do, then that's when you should rework that email. But if you got all these emails and or you got all these off ramps and links within an email and it just goes nowhere, you're like, oh, well, it was my 4th CTA that didn't work. Is it? I don't know. I feel like it was a hot mess express when I opened up that email and I saw so many things. So I'm just saying, please don't fight me on it. And I love that Chris, Worldview Chris, he said, I go for the soft approach. I always try to follow up with a phone combo. Yes, that's, let's not be scared of the phone, guys. But Chris, I'm going to push back on what you just suggested, right? I don't want anybody to be scared of the phone. But think about this particular lead, how they got to you. What we're talking about today is somebody that filled out a form on your website to download a guide that expresses your expertise, right? So if you call me from that conversion point, that feels a little aggressive. Now, let me flip that around. If I filled out an inquiry form that was talk to me now, right? Phone convo all day long, right? And after I have a phone convo, then follow up with a phone convo. Love it, love it, love it. But think about this as I have downloaded your piece of content because you have convinced me that there is value in this, right? But I don't know what I don't know yet. So don't scare me off with a phone call just yet. Save that for a couple of, a little further down. Now, like I said, if they fill out an inquiry form, I want to talk to you, then yes. But in this particular, we're doing a soft invitation, a good seduction email that says, come on, let's connect, right? And Laura, I love that you said you love a good seduction email. That I can't wait to see what your emails will start to look like in the future. And Amanda said, creative procrastination, bingo, guys. I'm not talking crazy here. I do creative procrastination all the time. Now, it can serve you when you're kicking around an idea for a bit. It can serve you, but I will also say that I am so annoyed at the things that I waited on to just take one small step. Just one small step. My example here, maybe you don't do all 5 emails, but if you could make sure that you had 1 in 5 ASAP, creating 2, 3, and 4, that maybe kick those around a bit. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, you've got a sequence that's nurturing those warm leads that come in. They're not hot leads. A hot lead is like a Hot Wheel. No, a hot lead is I want to start working on this trip right now. That's a hot lead. A warm lead is somebody like, I think I might fancy you. I think you might be the answer to the question in my mind, right? So, anyway, creative procrastination can serve you, but can also be, it can be really annoying when you haven't put that lead magnet up on your site because you're trying to make sure it's just so perfect. And then the moment you finally get it up there, emails start populating, your database starts growing, and you're like, I could have launched this 2 weeks ago. But when they say the best time to plant a tree, right? So let's just keep that in mind as we move forward. All right. So I love to hear the answers to my questions when I put it out to the live audience here. It's let's put those answers to work in the last stretch of today's show. And if you're having a good time here, right? Let me know. Throw some hearts out there, some emojis. Share with your friends when the next episode. I'm just saying, let's make travel marketeering a movement, because let's face it, if we all start doing great consumer marketing to travelers, think about not only does it build our business, but it lifts our our profession. It lifts the profession, and that is going to serve us all. Okay. So let's use the last few minutes of our teaching time to tie the worksheet to what we just built. Okay. So if you've got the file for the worksheet, open your 5 email nurture sequence builder if you haven't filled it in yet. Page 1 is your strategy layer. So there are 3 questions at the top. So if you're driving, you can think about this, right? Who is this sequence for? What is your niche or the trip type that this lead magnet attracted? Okay. And the reason why I say that is please have one, but in the future, you might have multiples across your site based on different dimensions of what you offer, right? So you do want to call this out, right? Speak to this right now. What are you tackling right now? What niche, what trip type, what is this lead magnet doing? Okay, so what is the one trip signal that triggers this sequence? Meaning someone downloaded what? Okay. And what is the one conversation you want this sequence to start? Okay. So those are those 3 answers are the foundation of this work. Everything else in the sequence flows from them. Okay. Pages 2 and 3 are your template pages. So 1 section per email. For each email, there is a subject hook field, so the subject line, a body block, and a CTA field. So that's your call to action, right? You're calling to action, all right? So, and then there's also the timing note when it's going to fire. So fill in as much as you can right now, and even rough notes count. A rough draft in a worksheet is infinitely more useful than a perfect email in your head. Okay. And when you're done with your worksheet, take a screenshot of it and post it in the Travel Marketeers Facebook group. Okay. That's one of the best things you can do for your momentum. Make a public commitment. So it's public, but it's public to our private group, right? Like, you know, and just to be clear, you can share other things within the Facebook group. You can, if you've tweaked your logo or maybe you just designed your logo, share that. You've got hundreds of travel marketeers in that Facebook group who are all either doing exactly what you're doing right now or they've already been there, done that. Great insight to be had there. Okay. So before we go, I want to ask you something. Okay. I need that honesty from you. What is one thing from today's show you are going to take action on in the next 7 days? Not someday, not next month, the next 7 days. All right. And it's something that maybe it doesn't have anything to do with the email sequence. I find that sometimes when people are talking about marketing their business or sales strategies or service delivery strategies, I find that sometimes my brain shoots off in a direction on something that I needed to or wanted to tackle. So you can drop anything in the chat, right? So just drop it in the chat. What are you going to do in the next 7 days based on what I have shared with you today and what we've talked about? So while you're typing that, let me give you the landing the plane version of what we covered today. Okay, so let's land the plane. because I can definitely circle an airport multiple times. All right. Number one, trip ready signals without a follow up sequence are missed opportunities. The sequence is where the conversation starts. Number two, 5 emails is all you need. Delivery, value, story, social proof, and I want to say soft seduction invitation. Number 3, each email has exactly one job and exactly one call to action. Clarity converts. Clarity converts. Clarity converts. I feel like that can be a chant for travel marketeers. Clarity converts. Number 4, your email is your secret weapon. Or it, your email is, your story email is, right? So real stories from real advisors beat any generic pitch every time. So let me say that back again because I completely, the word dropped out of my mind. It's your story email is your secret weapon, okay? So number 5, write emails 1 and 5 first, deploy the sequence, then improve the middle. Done is better than perfect. And I think I have used that more than one time in my life. Done is better than perfect. So I want you to think about it. All right, I'm going to pop over to the chat. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Let's see. Amanda said, finish lead magnet and design landing page. Great place to start. If you don't have that, you're not capturing the email addresses. And I'd even say, guys, no matter wherever you are in your journey, getting your website stood up and live is one big hurdle. It's having a website, launching the website, that is this big hurdle. And I will admit that, right? It totally makes sense. But it's as important as it is to carve out your space on the web. If you don't have something very light for people to convert with, like a download, then you're missing out on these people who are warm, right? Hot leads are harder to find. Warm leads, a little easier, right? So if you don't have that landing page, you don't have that lead magnet, then you're missing out on building your email list. So make that a priority. And we talked about the lead magnet or on the last show. Definitely go back and check that out, Amanda. I'm here for you. Come on, we can do this. All right, let's see. What does Cody have to say? Cody said, get my email list done for my next festival event. Most definitely. So I don't know what your lead magnet is, right? But if you are doing, well, I could read this a couple of ways, right? Like not necessarily knowing your business, but I first read this as you are going to a festival where you might have a booth or something. So there could be a couple of things going on, right? But if you're talking about building the way to capture your email list, make sure that if you're doing an event, a community event or anything, that you're not only just grabbing email addresses, you're saying, hey, if you give me your email address, you're going to get my guide on this, planning a multi-generational vacation to Alaska, right? Make sure that that value is there because, that's not very exciting. Like, put me on your email list. So, Cody, I don't have enough information. My brain shoots in different directions, but that's just, you made me think of that. If you're doing an event where you're trying to capture email addresses, lead magnets still help, because now when they give you their email address, they're also getting something from you, and it's a way for you to um, demonstrate your expertise. All right, World via Chris, what did you say here, World via Chris? The idea that a draft on paper is better than a perfect message in your head. I need to introduce that into my workflow. I love that for you, Chris. I'm glad that we could discover that together. I'm available anytime on Teams if you want to chat things through. Let's see. Vicky said, I am not savvy with tech. Ugh. Um, uh, I'd say there's probably a lot of people who are in that same boat, Vicky. So don't be scared. And guess what? If you're using any AI tools, the conversations that you can have with AI that will absolutely change your knowledge. Even if you said something like, I am not tech savvy, how do I do all this? AI will be so kind and will guide you through the process. Believe me, I know from what I say, I speak. Anyway, Ray said, creating the emails, got to get those emails done. Jay Powell said, find email system to help with this and gather up all my worksheets off my phone, tablet, and desktop and put in one spot. Yes, I think that would be a fantastic 7-day sprint for you here. Let's see. Erica said, done is better than perfect. We're going to keep that. Let's see. Serena said, putting up my lead magnet to obtain an email list. It's something you can absolutely do in the next 7 days. Okay. And let's see here. Crown Current Travel said, Dana, sorry, I didn't see the last part of it. Dana said, I have email 1 ready. I'll work on 5. I need people to want my lead magnet first, though. Yes. Go. If you didn't, Dana, if you didn't go back, if you didn't watch or listen to the last show, please go and listen to that. I'm also going to plug AI here as well. I would say give AI your lead magnet and ask the question. Say, how do I get people to want my lead magnet? Follow that journey. And if it asks questions, answer those questions honestly. And I bet you'll get some pretty amazing ideas that you can implement to get people to want your lead magnet. Okay. So, all right, just if you haven't already, grab the 5 email nurture sequence builder worksheet from the pinned post in the Travel Marketeers private Facebook group. It's also in the description for this show on YouTube. So you can get the link there to download that. And you can also grab either in the description or on the Facebook group. You can also grab your copy of the Thriving Travel Advisor Blueprint, the free 5-step framework behind this entire series. Okay, I wanted to give you guys something that would be the spine of what we'd be talking about. And let me say, I am so proud of you, those of you who have downloaded this and are being really honest about where you are in the process. And I will say a side benefit of creating this framework is it now makes conversations I have with advisors or even our team when we're working with advisors or our members, it gives a common language that we can use to help, right? And what I notice from a lot of our community is it gives that common language amongst them as well. So I'll ask you again, if you aren't doing it, please follow at Travel Marketeering. And at Joshua Harrell on Instagram and TikTok. You never know what you might find. You may find some awesome tips, or you may find me being ridiculous somewhere. I'm just saying, like, it's your choice, right? Subscribe to our YouTube channel, the World Via Travel Network YouTube channel, and that's where you get to go back and watch episodes of Travel Marketeering. You also get to tune in live or watch past episodes of Elevate Your Travel Agency with Laura De Vega, who's been in the chat today. If you want to know how to run your agency, either multiple agents or just me, myself, and I, right? You want to be watching Laura's show, okay? I focus so much on this lane of travel marketeering, but Laura knows how travel advisors think, how travel advisors work. She knows the good, the bad, the ugly. And I guarantee you, every time you sit down and watch her, you're going to learn. So please subscribe to the World Via Travel Network YouTube channel and turn on notification. We'll continue the signals into conversations, that whole conversation next time. So make sure you're subscribed and you catch the next step. So I'm Joshua Harrell. This has been Travel Marketeering Live. Go send your first email. I'll see you real soon, travel marketeers. TM.